Hey, Shalom, ye men of Israel, Bayat Shah Dawadah. I want to start off by giving all thanks, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahar Rakakadash. Yahweh being the true Hebrew name of the Heavenly Father, not Yahweh, not Jehovah, but Yahweh, which is Hebrew for he is to be, to exist. Bahashem in the name, Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son of the Most High Yahweh, who the world ignorant calls Jesus Christ. But the name is in the Hebrew, Yahweh Shai, which means he saves, he delivers. He is our salvation. Bahashem in the name, Wahar and the Rakha spirit, Quadash, holy, which is the Holy Spirit. I want to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, rule well, teach well, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are pushing this truth in sincerity and in diligence, calling upon the name of Yahweh Shem Shai, in prophecy and in truth, love, which lost its commandments, and faith. I am the brother Bernard Bond of the Dollar GMS Camp, coming to you again with another lesson, praying that this lesson is edifying and to the point. So this is an article that I found on health, titled Vegan Fake Meats Linked to Heart Disease Early Death Study by Rita Wigley 1 day ago. And this is from the New York Post. So we know all these fake meats, all this fake food that the so-proclaimed white man has been pushing out. Vegan food has been, diets or want to cut out meat from their diets or just want to eat healthy. That's been pushed as a way to go. But now as you read this article, we have to understand that there's nothing good in this world, especially if it's coming from the so-proclaimed white man. He is like a snare. He'll use his PR, his media, commercials to make various, products, food, drinks, look so delicious that you just want to, go out and get one. He's programming you. But again, these are snares that cause your body to start deteriorating. His game plan is just to cut down, the population, right? Population control. And this is just one of them because you have a lot of people that have turned vegan and have taken, part of eating a lot of these meats and food and drinks. So let's go ahead and get into the article. It says this is not happy news for vegans. It said while experts extol the health and environmental benefits of a diet free of animal products, new research suggests that consuming ultra-processed vegan food can increase the risk of heart death. It goes on to say ultra-processed food include packaged goods, drinks, cereal, and ready-to-eat products that contains colors, emulsifiers, flavors, and other additives. Now, this sounds like the food that people eat normally. Those that don't, subscribe to the term of being a vegan, a lot of foods that you get in your grocery stores, when you turn the box around, it has a lot of those scientific names that you have no idea. But the food has to be made presentable, right? The coloring, the smell, all those are a product of chemicals, just like this article is going into. It says, start from the top. Ultra-processed food include packaged goods, drinks, cereals, ready-to-eat products that contains colors, emulsifiers, flavors, and other additives. UFPs are typically high in sugar. All right? UFP, ultra-processed food, and saturated fat and salt and devoid of vitamins and fiber. So you're eating something that has no edification, it has no vitamins, no minerals, those things that your body actually needs, which goes past the taste, you see. Our bodies are actually meant to get minerals and nutrients to preserve and to correct certain abnormalities, okay, or infections that the body may be going through. So if the foods that you eat, especially as vegan food, is void of any nutrients, any minerals, any vitamins, anything that's supposed to promote the body, then what is the point? Well, the point is to, make your body eventually deteriorate. We have to understand who we're dealing with now, okay? This is Esau Edom, son of the wicked. As it says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You see? And so that's power that was given unto him. And what is he going to do with that power? He's going to execute the purpose of his name, Nomen Omen, son of the wicked. He's going to do wickedly. To who? To the inhabitants of his kingdom. See, it says even in Sirach 10 and 3, it says what? An unwise king destroyeth his people. You see? And that's what Esau Edom in this time is doing, but he's seeking to destroy who? You so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Indians. Why is that? You are his number one consumer. You are the one going into these food stores, Albertsons, Tom Thumbs, okay? You are the ones that he's doing these advertisement commercials. He's trying to attract you like a spider attracts what? A fly in a web. It's a snare unto you. And we understand that, you have the majority of you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians that are not aware of what's really going on. It's all because you are not in touch with your power. And where do you find your power? In the scriptures. All right? You are the true lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The promise, as it says in Romans 9. You are that lineage. But as I said in Genesis, all right, I want to say 28 and 40, and we can get that in a few minutes. Esau said after his father had died, he was going to what? Kill his brother Jacob. And that's been played out and has been played out throughout history, even today. Now, if he can't shoot you in the back, what is he going to do? Poison you. All right? Stop your women from giving birth. Because that blessing was given on to Adam, right? To be fruitful and multiply. All right? That's in Genesis 5. But Esau, Edom, the son of the wicked, is going to do what? Live up to his name. Do wickedly. We'll continue with this article. There's another article I want to jump on. It says researchers from University of Sao Paulo and Imperial College London assessed the diets of more than 118,000 Brits aged 40 to 69 years old. They found that a plant-based eating plan promotes overall heart health, but only when that diet features fresh plant-based foods such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Now, here in the United States, everything is GMO. So they'll paint a picture as if, if you're eating these types of food, okay, that your plant-based eating plan, okay, will promote good health. That is not true. Not necessarily true. GMO is what? Genetically modified organisms. All right. Pesticides are in most of these grains, okay, most of these vegetables, fruits, beans. Pesticide is sprayed on those things to stop what? Nature from, deteriorating. And I say nature such as in bugs, okay, weed. They hose it down with those chemicals. And what is those chemicals? Where do they go when you eat your food? They go into your system, and your body's not meant to process. But the so-proclaimed white man already knows this. It goes on to say, and then he has to qualify. I said, what? I'm a nutritionist. These 4 cheap foods support your weight loss and cholesterol goals. They put that in highlighted that in blue, and that's just to fool you. It says researchers found that for every 10% increase in plant-based foods, the risk of death from heart disease fell by 20%. Yet when an increase in plant-based foods came from UPFs, it was linked to a 12% rise in heart disease related to deaths. Now, you take this figure, this stat, multiply that times the food that people are eating that are not vegans, the foods that you buy in your grocery stores, your potato chips, right? Those are ultra-processed foods. But even in your fruits, which are supposed to be good for you, even in your vegetables, which are supposed to be good for you, if they're GMO, genetically modified organisms, then they are going to be ingested into your system, and those pesticides, okay, are going to start to destroy your organs. All right? Again, this is the son of the wicked. All right? As it says in Isaiah 5 and 20, it said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. That's what he's doing here. He's trying to tell you that these foods are good for you. But we know, all right, through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shemi Shai, that these foods, once it's been tampered with, because that's what Esau Edom does, so proclaimed white man, he takes what's been created for good and turns it into evil. All right? Just like the word of Yahweh Shemi Shai. It goes on to say, lead study author Fernanda Robert explained that the composition and processing methods of UPS can lead to higher blood pressure and cholesterol. Now keep in mind, we're reading this for vegans. But what about the foods that you find in yourself that everyday people eat? It said food additives and industrial contaminants present in these foods might cause oxidative stress, inflammation, further aggravating the risk, she said. All right. It says those shifting to a plant-based food should also think about the degree of processing involved before making their choices. All right. So I just wanted to read this article here because now they're trying to make it seem like it's either way, it's a snare. People switch to being vegans thinking that they're escaping what? Things that's in meat. But you're still eating byproducts such as, your sides, your beans, your rice, your vegetables, your fruits. You're being snared either way you go, left or right. Why? Because this is Esau, Edom, the so-proclaimed white man's kingdom. Let's jump to this next article. I want to jump into the scriptures next. So we're going to read this article here. Because again, we're dealing with the son of the wicked, and he has to play his role. He was not given a name in vain. He has to act out his role. This is Yahweh Shemi Shai's movie, man. So we have to understand that. This is, it says, PFAS in products. And if you look up, okay, they just show that little ad. I'm not going to click on that. But it says microwave popcorn bags has PFAS. Non-stick cookware, fast food products. Okay, and this thing wants me to click on it so it can, right? So we'll jump to the article. It says, surprise. It says, chemical companies sue to force people to keep drinking PFAS chemicals. Now, I did an article, did a lesson on what PFAS is. Basically, it's forever chemicals. Chemicals that, are put into like pans, plastic, things that's supposed to preserve. And these things actually contaminate the food, and that gets into your system. And forever chemicals, for its namesake, is a chemical that stays in your body forever. And it starts to what? Cause cancer, diabetes, all these diseases that we see are mainstream for you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians. You're the one ingesting this. Again, this article says what? Surprised, chemical companies sue to force people to keep drinking PFAS chemicals. Let's read on. He said, well, that didn't take long. Just months after the Biden administration issued new regulation designed to limit the amount of forever chemicals in drinking water. What do you mean limit? Why would you limit? If you say you limit it, that means that it's still in the water. It's still going to get into the system. See, that's how wicked, as we read Isaiah 5:20, you see, but also Isaiah, Slakia, I believe that's Psalms. Let's go ahead and get that. I want to make sure I don't chop it up. Scripture said his words were smoother than butter. I believe that's Isaiah 55. Because you have your so-called leader telling you that, they're going to limit these chemicals. All right? It's like they're going to limit these chemicals. Why not just take it out altogether? Why not take it out altogether? This is Isaiah 55:21. It said, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You think that President Joe Biden is for you, your cause, you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians? Because you voted him in. You love him. All right? But understand, by design, he is your enemy. And by smooth words, like it says here, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. His goal is to get that number, that population number, down. That's his agenda, but of course he won't tell you. But how does he do it? Let's read on. Well, they didn't take long. Just months after the Biden administration issued new regulations designed to limit the amount of forever chemicals in drinking water, the companies who manufactured them assembled a highly paid team, all right, lawyers to sue the EPA. They said they are not claiming their products are good for people. They said they are not claiming their products are good for people. They are claiming a government agency has exceeded its authority, part of the new mantra among billionaire conservatives that the federal government has no power to do anything that might diminish their profits. So it's profit over people for these big businesses that the government endorses, man. See? The government endorses. They set up these fake, agencies, all right, such as what? The FDA, the EPA, federal. Let's look that up. I want to look what that acronym actually stands for, because these are fake agencies, all right. These are fake agencies that Esau Edom sets up. What does the FDA do? FDA stands for the Food and Drug Administration, is responsible for protecting the public health by ensuring the safety, efficacy, and security of human. Let me click on this, so it'll open up. Let's read it from the top. Because your president, Biden, he didn't take it out. Rather, he said, he limited it. It said the Food and Drug Administration is responsible for protecting the public health by ensuring the safety, efficacy, and security of human and veterinary drugs, biological products, medical devices, and by ensuring the safety of our nation's food supply, cosmetics, and products that emit radiation. We just read that, right? Now let's find out, what does the EPA do? Because these forever chemicals are showing up in waters. For those that like to do, that they go hunting, killing deers, they're being found in deers. They're being found in fish. All right. So let's see, what does the EPA, again, these are these agencies that Esau Edom sets up as a front. They're not for the people. It said the mission of EPA is to protect human health and the environment. EPA works to ensure that Americans have clean air, land, and water. National efforts to reduce environmental risk are based on the best available scientific information. It says federal laws protect the human health and the environment are administered and enforced fairly, effectively, and as Congress intended. You see, it says environmental stewardship is integral to U.S. policies concerning natural resources, human health, economic growth, energy, transportation, agriculture, industry, international trade, and these factors are similarly considered in establishing environmental policies. All right. What does the CDC do? All these are fronts, agencies that Esau Edom sets up, but it's not for you. Rather, it's against you. All right. About the CDC. CDC is the nation's leading science-based, data-driven service organization that protects the public's health. They're all talking about protecting the public's health, right? Smooth words, as we read in Psalm 55 and 21. You see? You say, so these owners of the forever chemical companies are suing the government for interjecting, right? Is that not wickedness? Is that not calling good evil and evil good? They're going against the government. They're not denying that the forever chemicals are bad, but they're going after the government because Biden did what? He limited. He didn't do jack. It says forever chemicals known as PFAS are per and polyfluoroalkyl substances that have been linked to cancers, liver, heart damage, and immune and development damage to infants and children. So that's the goal. It said this new rule designated two widely used PFAS chemicals, perfluorooctanoic acid, PFOA, and perfluorooctanoxylsulfonic acid, PFOS, as hazardous substances under the Comprehensive Environment Response. Look at that, another agency, CERC, Compensation and the Liability Act. So CERCLA, also known as Superfund, will help ensure that polluters pay to clean up their contamination. It's already in the body. It's already in the body, man. We'll read this last part and then we'll jump to the scriptures. A report by the New York Times says a group of chemical and manufacturing groups sued the federal government on June 10, 2024, saying it has exceeded its authority under the Safe Drinking Water Act by requiring municipal water systems to remove all 6 of the synthetic chemicals grouped under the PFAS label that are present in the tap water of hundreds of millions of Americans. It says the EPA has said the new standard put in place in April will prevent thousands of deaths and reduce tens of thousands of serious illnesses. So they knew this, man. They knew this. Man, that's enough. Let's go ahead and jump to the scriptures. We're just illustrating how diabolical, okay, this devil is. He's acting. He's playing his role perfectly. You see? He is playing his role perfectly, as he was created to do so. Bear with me. All right. So let's get the blue letter. We'll open up with, all right. Let's open up with Job 9:24. Because he has authority to do these things. As I said, he's playing his role very well. He's following, all right, the orders of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Job 9:24. And brothers read this a lot because it's evident in these times who's ruling. We have to identify the elephant in the room. It said, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right. So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, what do you think is going to happen? Good? No. We've yet to realize good. You see? We are yet to realize good. Wickedness is being realized in this time, man. You see, as it said in Genesis, we get it, Genesis 3:1. Because Esau, Edom is that wicked. And we are to observe, and as we do lessons, we report on that wickedness, man. All the wickedness that's been hidden in times past is coming to the light because this word, okay, the prophecies are shining a light upon who is ruling in this time, which is the so-proclaimed white man. All right? And Esau, Edom is coming in the spirit of the serpent. It said, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord power had made. And that word serpent, okay, goes into not a snake. It goes into a person. All right? And in Strong's H5175, Nahash. Okay? And when you look it up, it says serpent, snake, serpent, image of a serpent. Let's look to the root words because we have to figure out through these scriptures and the wisdom that Yahweh Shemel Shai has given us to dissect these words, man. Because you have various organizations that were set up, all right? The Council of Trent, all right? The Bible Discussion Group, the Council of Nicaea, various things that they did to these words, but we have access through Yahweh Shemel Shai to uncover these secrets, man. So we're looking up the root word of Nakash, and it reads, to practice divination, like a witch, divine, observe signs, all right? His astrologers, all right? His tarot readers, you know, learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen, you see? To practice divination. What's divination? witchcraft, sorcery. So that person that was in the garden with Eve was a person. It wasn't a snake. Snakes don't talk. Okay? It goes on to say, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And what does subtle mean? Let's look that up as well so we can break some of these things down. It says Aram, H6175. Subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty, right? Someone that's sneaky. What do you call a person that you don't trust that, is underhanded? You call them a snake, don't you? So it's a description of a person. It's not a snake that was speaking with Eve, man. Grow up. Read it again for clarity. Now the serpent was more subtle, crafty, all right, sneaky, than any beast of the field which the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath the power said, ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden? And that tree is referring to people. You see? That tree is referring to people. Because you can look up the term, see men as trees. All right. This is Mark 8:24. And he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. So it's a metaphor for men. You see? So you had the sons of the wicked, sons of power, and the sons of man in that place. It wasn't just Adam. How else was Adam's sons able to marry and have children? All right. Let me close this off and we'll continue reading. I just want to get to the point. Close to it. All right. It says, went too far. So, and a woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. You see? Meaning food for knowledge, food for thought. So she may talk and consult with other, what? Other trees, other men. Okay? But the fruit of good and evil, as she said, they cannot eat. But the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the power said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. All right? So that wicked man, that serpent man, okay, acting like a sly devil, a human being, right, was of the sons of the wicked, whispering in her ear, man. It said, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, and the tree again represents men, the power said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the power doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. See? And that was important to read because, okay, in these times, the wicked is ruling. And we're, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah, through the scriptures, man, we are identifying the good and the evil in this time. We read, what? Isaiah 5:20. Let's go ahead and get that again. Because we have to address what is good and what is evil. Isaiah 5:20. It reads, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because that's what's happening in these times. What is considered good? The food, all right, that the Most High made. You see? He made that in completion. He put inside that food things that the body needed. But what does Esau Edom, the so-proclaimed white man, doing in these times? Extracting all the nutrients, the minerals, the vitamins, the essence of that product, and putting what into it? GMO, all right? Pesticides, and other chemicals in there, forever chemicals. To do what? To destroy your body. Because what the Most High created was created in good. But Esau used that, all right, to create evil. Actually, let's go ahead and get that. Let's prove it through the scriptures. We're going to get that in Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 39:26. And it reads, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. It says all these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinner, they are turned into evil. That's a beautiful scripture because it highlights this lesson today. All right. Everything that Esau Edom has touched, he put death into it. Again, he's the son of the wicked, so he has to perform wicked things and do wickedly. We just have to address that and shout it out. This is that man, right? This is that son of the wicked. Because people think he's clean. He's taken the images of the angels and made them so-called white, giving them wings, straight hair, you see. But we know Revelation 1:13 gives you a description of the Son of the Most High, Yahweh Shai. All right, and Yahweh Shai told Timothy, right, I look like my father. So Yahweh is a melanin man as well. You see? So Esau Edom is proclaiming to be a good guy. He's proclaiming to be angelic, heavenly, close to God. But we have to say what he is and what he's doing in these times. And this lesson is about what he's doing to the foods that's killing you. You so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Indians, man. You see? But we know in due time, the Most High is going to, switch these things to our favor. Because his kingdom is coming to an end, as it says in Revelation 12:12, that he has but such a short time. You see? Let's go ahead and get, let's get Bab Kashah, Sirach, since we're already here, 10 and 8. Because the Most High, has this devil, so-proclaimed white man, in a trick bag. And it's just a matter of time, man, before his kingdom comes to an end. As it says in Sirach, 6 and 9, for Esau Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. It says Sirach 10 and 8, it said, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Because this devil has gotten rich. Big Pharma, all right, the CDC, EPA, FDA, all these, agencies have been set up by Esau Edom to do what? To rob the poor and to kill the poor. You so-called blacks, Native Indians, Hispanics. He's been killing you silently. You've been dying in your deathbeds. You've been dying in the hospital from diabetes, heart disease, cancer. All right? It says, Sirach 10:8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see? And that's going to take place real soon. As I said in 2nd Ezra 6:9, right? It says, for Esau Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. You see? Let's get Sirach 21 and 8. And what does that say? It says, he that buildeth his house with other men's money is like one that gathereth himself stones for the tomb of his burial. Esau Edom is rich. There's a financial divide between the so-called white man, so-called black, so-called Hispanics. That's a great divide. Why is that? This is his kingdom. He's meant to enjoy on this side. You see? And it says that beautifully in Genesis 28. All right. So like in Genesis 27 and 38, it says this is when, through prophecy, all right, Jacob, okay, received the blessing. Again, through prophecy, you can read that in Genesis 25. Jacob received the blessing instead of Esau. Because Esau threw that blessing away. He didn't want it, but again, it was prophetic. So this is Esau crying to Isaac, his father, after Jacob supplanted him and received that blessing. So Esau cried and said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. He cried, man, like a baby. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. So his dwelling is right now, and part of that fatness of the earth is the oil, the plastics, all these things that he created in order to be rich. So this is his heaven. It said, and above dew, and of the dew of heaven from above. You see? 40 says, and by thy sword shall thou live. He is the number one power, all right, for now, but his power is starting to dwindle as you have Trump saying what? GAMA, right? I'm Slovakia, MAGA, MAGA, Make America Great Again. America is declining. It will never be great again. Rather, it's declining to fall. It said, by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. It shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, as he has now, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. You see? So we are in a place of captivity. As it says in Baruch, we're starting to remember ourselves, and we're calling upon the name of Yahweh Shemashah. But we're also witnessing all the wickedness, and we're signing and crying to Yahweh Shemashah to destroy this place and to raise up that forever kingdom, all right, the everlasting kingdom of Yahweh Shemashah. That's why these lessons are done, all right? While we're preaching, we're also crying to Yahweh Shemashah to bring this kingdom to an end, man. Again, this is a captivity, and you so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians, as we're on the highways and byways preaching this truth, it serves as a warning. It also serves as a judgment for those that just walk by and scoff. Once you hear this word, man, judgment comes upon you. So you can't say, I didn't know, Lord. I didn't know we were your people. I didn't know we were the true lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob spoken of in Romans 9. I didn't know. Yeah, you knew. This word is going out. And prophecy is being played out in real time, man. All right? So I just want to say, call Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kodash. All right? That these things are revealed to babes. As it says in Amos 3 and 7, the Most High would do nothing, but he revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. So as we receive it, okay, we shout it out. So people can hear this, man, and either be saved or be judged. And I end on that note. I want to give all thanks, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wahara Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone, rule well, teach well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Kwam Yasharala in the Bar Babylon. Shalom, Israel. Bayat Shad Awadah, House of David.